Yo, what's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be looking at the top 5 upcoming PC games of February 2016. Now, February traditionally isn't a month where there's a bunch of new video game releases, but this year, there's a ton of games coming out. There's well over 5 games that I myself am interested in, somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 15 games, but in this video, I'm just going to take a look at 5 games that I'm really excited for. If you guys think I missed a game, let me know in the comment section down below, and without further ado, let's get right into this with number 5. Number 5 is Unravel. This is the new game by EA, which looks so unique and a breath of fresh air. Unravel is a platformer where you play as a character called Yarny, and he's a creature that's made out of yarn, and you use the yarn in his body to progress through the world, solve various puzzles, and do all that kind of jazz. It's a very different game, very unique. And Unravel is being published by EA, and this isn't the kind of game you would expect them to really get behind, but they are. If you guys don't know, this game was originally announced back at EA's E3 2015 press conference, and that was one of the best reveals I have ever seen for a video game. Because if you guys watched that conference, the dude actually doing the reveal of this game, he was the lead developer of the game. It was very emotional for him. He was almost breaking down in tears that he was up in E3 revealing his game. It was just a very cool thing to see. If you guys haven't seen that clip, I highly recommend it. Just look up E3 2015 EA press conference and you'll find it. And I really hope Unravel does deliver, because that might make EA take more chances and try to publish different kinds of games outside of the typical norm, which EA does make some pretty good games, but Unravel, it's nice to see something different from them. Number 4 is a game that actually just recently got announced. It's Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Now, some of you guys right off the bat might think, what is this weeb shit? This game looks so weeaboo. What is this anime dog shit? No, Danganronpa is an awesome game. I already played this game on the PlayStation Vita, and it's kind of like a visual novel where there isn't a lot of gameplay to the game, but if you're looking for a gripping story, Danganronpa has it. Pretty much the premise of the game is you, the main character, is locked in a school with a bunch of other characters, and the only way to get out of this school is by killing one of the other characters without getting caught. It's a very unique concept, and people legitimately bought the PlayStation Vita just for this game. It's an excellent game. And I should mention that Danganronpa 2 is also eventually going to come out on Steam. But I'm telling you guys, I was never a big fan of visual novels, but Danganronpa was just a terrific game. I mean, I've had my PlayStation Vita for 2 years and I barely played it. But Danganronpa was a game, when I bought it, I beat it in 2 days, and it was around 20 hours long, so I was playing the hell out of this game. It's fantastic. I know a lot of people are going to be off-put by the anime design, but if you can get past that, give it a chance, because I really enjoyed the game. It's a terrific game. And if you're into more story-driven games, you're gonna really like Danganronpa. Speaking of story-driven games, number 3 is Firewatch. This is the first game by developers Campo Santo, and the story of Firewatch takes place in the Wyoming wilderness in 1989. In Firewatch, you play as Henry, who's a fire lookout, and the game takes place in the aftermath of the Yellowstone fires in 1988. Right off the bat, the thing that you'll notice about Firewatch right away is the gorgeous watercolor art style. I mean, this is an amazing looking game. And once again, while this game isn't a visual novel like Danganronpa, it is going to be a very story-driven game. That's why you're going to play Firewatch, to experience the story. But unlike Danganronpa, it isn't played as a visual novel, so there is some exploration, and there looks to be a vibrant world to explore, so definitely keep your eyes on Firewatch. It's a game that's coming out relatively soon on February 9th, and not a lot of people are talking about it, but I think this can be one of the breakout games of the year. I see this game delivering on all aspects. I have a feeling that this game is going to knock it out of the park with its storytelling, and just like with Danganronpa, if you're into games that are story-driven, then definitely have Firewatch on your radar. And obviously Firewatch is catered to more of a Western audience, so if you're not into that anime design, Firewatch is going to be much more up your alley. Number 2, we got Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. I have been a big fan of the Naruto games. Once again, Naruto is a Japanese game, but I think everybody in the West knows of Naruto, has at least watched it sometime in their life. And I've actually been watching Naruto since it originally aired in the States back in 2004, I believe. So it's been a while. Kind of crazy to see that it's still relevant in 2016. But hey, when you have that kind of popularity, that's bound to happen. So Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 is the last game in the Storm series. This game will be closing out the story of Naruto, which is kind of sad to see. But at this point, I've already finished reading the manga, so I know what happens. But it's still kind of sad to see Naruto go out as far as video games are concerned with its story. And the Naruto Storm games aren't like your Street Fighters or your Mortal Kombat, where they're very in-depth games. No, they're more of a stylish fighting game where it's very easy to pick up and play. There is a bit of depth to the game, but not to the level of some of the competitive fighting games. But what really shines through about the Naruto Storm games is the excellent single-player modes. I mean, there's some big budget moments, crazy shit going on, and if you're a fan of Naruto, you're gonna absolutely enjoy these games. Obviously, if you never watched Naruto, or if you've never played the games in your life, the story's gonna absolutely confuse you. But considering that I am a fan, I'm very excited for Naruto Storm 4. And with this game, it's going to have the biggest roster of any game so far. It's going to span the entire Naruto universe with Naruto, Naruto Shippuden, and the 2 recent movies that came out, The Last and Boruto Naruto, the movie. So there's a lot of content that's going to be in this game. I'm excited for it. And I'm sure if you're a Naruto fan, you're probably excited for it too. Number 1 should come as a shock to no one. Finally, XCOM 2 is releasing. Originally scheduled to come out back in November of last year, it got delayed to February. XCOM Enemy Unknown was one of my favorite strategy games of all time, and that's coming from somebody that isn't really into strategy games. But I absolutely loved XCOM Enemy Unknown, so I was saddened by the fact that Enemy Unknown did go kind of under the radar. That game released on the PC, the PS3, and the Xbox 360, and just not a lot of people played it. Now with XCOM 2, this game is going to be a PC exclusive, with the game taking place 20 years after the events of Enemy Unknown, following a storyline where the XCOM lost the war against the aliens. I expect XCOM 2 to be just as good as XCOM Enemy Unknown, and now with the game being a PC exclusive, I see them having a bit more options as what they do with the game. For example, there's going to be extensive modding support in the game as well. And I've also seen some videos where this game is going to have a ridiculous amount of customization with all of your different characters. And you know, a lot of people sometimes shit on PC exclusives, but XCOM 2 is one of those games that is a PC exclusive, and I think this is kind of a PC seller to a lot of people that are like, man, I want to play XCOM 2. I'm going to have to get a gaming PC if I want to play it. And don't get me wrong, this game probably isn't going to be too difficult to run. I see you running this with pretty much any mid-level video card pretty fine. But regardless, XCOM 2 is probably going to be one of the best games of the year. If it's anything like XCOM Enemy Unknown, I know I'm going to enjoy it because it's a very accessible game. A lot of these games sometimes just have too much to absorb, and with Enemy Unknown, I just felt that I could get into the game very easily, and I could play it no problem, but there were harder difficulties for those of you that want more of a challenge, and I see that being the case with XCOM 2 as well. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you're excited for any of these games, if you're gonna be picking them up. Comment your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any requests for future videos, leave them in the comment section down below. Have a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.